everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. I want to first start off by saying happy Friday. I hope you all are going to have a wonderful holiday season. I do have one last Christmas nail set, and I am shooting to upload it on Christmas Day. I'm not sure if I'm going to make that work, but this nail set, I loved it so much. I don't want to scrap it. I want to be able to get the video up, and hopefully I am able to get it up on Monday. So one last Christmas nail set, but if I don't see you guys on Monday, I do want to hope you all have an amazing holiday season. I hope you get to spend time with your family and your loved ones, your friends, and I hope you all just have a very safe and happy holiday. So in today's video, this is actually going to be part 2 of yesterday's video. So I'm going to be doing my friend's nails. We did decide to do a Gel X or soft gel nail tip set on her. I am using the short almond nail tips from Kiara Sky. We did get those sized out. I also pulled out my prep liquids along with the builder gel, and I'm just jumping right in here, and I am going to be starting off by prepping her natural nails. So her previous set, we did do a 100% acrylic press-on nail set on her. She absolutely loved it. We had so much fun doing it, but we wanted to do it again. So in part 1 of this video, we actually removed those nails. If you haven't checked out that video yet, I will have it linked up in the cards, but these are her nails right after we removed the press-on nails. And now I'm just jumping right in here doing some quick nail prep. Her nails, for the most part, were already pretty prepped just because she did already have a nail set on, but I do still want to go in here and lift up any of that cuticle, go in with my prep liquids. So I am starting off with a cuticle pusher, and I am pushing back her cuticle and also using the opposite end to scrape up any of the dead cuticle. I am going to be, of course, doing both of her hands, and we are doing the longevity today. So something a little bit different than I usually do, where I like to show prep for educational purposes, but then I just apply a peel-off base coat. While this nail set is actually, we are going to try and get the longevity out of it, and she wants to actually wear these nails, so I am going in here and doing some good nail prep. After I was finished using the cuticle pusher and the scraper tool, I am now going in with my e-file and this mini barrel drill bit. And again, I'm just using this gently around her cuticles on a speed of around 4,000 RPMs. And I am just taking this to help lift up any more of that dead cuticle from her natural nail plate. Of course, when you are doing your nails, lifting up that cuticle, I always tell you all that it is super crucial. If you leave dead cuticle on your natural nail plate, your nail sets are not going to last. You are going to get lifting, your nails are going to pop off, so you definitely want to go in, take your time with the nail prep, and definitely try your best to remove any of the cuticle left on your natural nail plate. I'm now taking my e-file again, but this time we're using my mini mandrel drill bit with a fine grit sanding band, and I am just going to be using this over the surface of all of her nails. Again, just doing this very gently with a light hand. I'm not digging into her nail plate. I just want to gently remove the shine and rough up the surface a little bit, and my e-file is again on a speed of around 4,000 RPMs. I am now going to start by doing one hand at a time because I'm going to be jumping in to applying the prep liquids and applying the actual jelly nail tips. So I did take a dust brush with a little bit of rubbing alcohol to brush away all of the nail dust and also to help better dehydrate her natural nails. I'm then taking the dehydrator, step number 1. I applied a coat of that to all of her nails to dehydrate them. I'm now going in with step number 2, which is the primer, and I'm going to be applying a coat of this to all of the nails. I let that air dry, and then I did go in with a second coat of the primer. I feel that if you do have any lifting in your manicures or you're following the prep steps, but they're just not lasting as long as you want them to, try going in with 2 coats of primer. It can really show a huge difference in how long your nail sets last. After I had on the second coat of primer, I am now taking the builder gel and using this as a layer of base coat. So I am just taking this and applying a very nice, even, thin coat of this onto all of the nails, and then I will have her pop her hand into the nail lamp for 30 seconds. Before applying the jelly tips, of course, I do want to go in and prep them. To prep my jelly tips, I like to use a e-file with a sanding band to etch the inside, and then I also like to take the primer and chemically etch the inside of the jelly tips. If you apply the jelly tips without prepping them, you are more likely to get lifting or for the nail tip to pop off from your natural nail just because you aren't removing that shiny layer. That's why some nail tips do already come pre-prepped just to save you this extra step, but it really isn't hard to do. You can choose one of these methods. You can etch it using an e-file, or you can also just choose to chemically etch the nail tip if you don't want to worry about all of the dust. I personally just like doing both just because I feel like it does give a stronger hold because I'm going in etching it with the sanding band and then also going in and chemically etching the nail tip. I just feel like it gives it just a little bit of extra strength. After I had the jelly tips prepped, we are now ready to apply them. I am, of course, using the builder gel and a flash cure lamp, and I am just going to be applying the builder into the nail tip, placing it down on her natural nail at a 45-degree angle, starting at the cuticle area but not on the cuticle, slowly lowering it until the product has reached the free edge of her natural nail. Holding the nail tip in place, I will do a flash cure, and then once I have it cured on, I will go on to the next nail, repeating the same steps. And then once I did have all of the nails applied, she did go into my large nail lamp, and we did a full 60-second cure. After I was finished with her right hand, I'm now moving on to her left hand, and we are going to go back to the prep steps that we haven't done on this hand yet. So I took that dust brush with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, I brushed away the dust. I'm now going in with a layer of step number 1, the dehydrator, applying this to dehydrate her natural nails. I will then go in with step number 2, the primer, apply 2 coats of this, letting it air dry in between each coat, and then I will go in with a layer of the builder gel, step number 3, just a thin, even coat of that to all of her nails to act as the base coat, and I will cure that for 30 seconds. After I had her natural nails prepped, I did go ahead and also prep the jelly tips, and then of course we're going to be repeating the same steps as I did with the right hand to apply the jelly tips by taking the builder, applying that into the jelly tip, placing it onto her natural nail, doing my flash cure, and then once I did have them all applied, I did have her do a 60-second cure in the full nail lamp. Now that the nail tips are all applied, I'm going in with a little bit of shaping and filing. Starting off with a hand file, I like to take this around the free edge and the sidewalls of the nail just to make sure everything is crisp and that I like the shape. I'm also going in with my 5-in-1 drill bit, taking this around the cuticle area. This really helps to seal in the cuticle, giving a very seamless and flawless look. It will also help a lot when these nails grow out, just to give them a cleaner grow out. It also does really remove any spillage if I did have any on the surface of the nail tip. Once I'm finished with that, I will take a buffer and remove the shine from the nail tips before going in with my gel polish. Once I am all finished filing and buffing, I will take a dust brush to remove all of the nail dust. The base color for all of her nails, I will be using this very beautiful green shade, Eyes for You. I did use this color in my sweater nail set. She absolutely loved it and wanted something like that on herself. So we made a plan. We decided to use this color as her base color on all of her nails. So I am going to be applying 2 coats of this and curing for 30 seconds in between each coat. And of course, I did apply 2 coats of this green color to both of her hands. At this point forward, I will be only showing one of her hands just because we are jumping into nail art. I didn't want the video to be super long, and because I am going to be doing the same exact nail art on both of her hands, I decided that showing one would just be a little bit easier to watch. I wouldn't really have to speed anything up. You guys could watch it in real time, but just keep in mind everything that I do to her right hand, I will also be doing on her left hand. I started by wiping one of the nails with some rubbing alcohol and a lint-free wipe. I placed on 2 white snowflake stickers on her ring finger, and then I moved on to the index finger where I also took a lint-free wipe and some rubbing alcohol. I just wiped away the sticky layer, and for this nail we are going to be doing a plaid nail. I am using the Kiara Sky Gel Art Pods and also the liner brush, and I am going to be using the white, the black, and the red to create a plaid nail. Pretty much every line before overlapping, I will cure it for 60 seconds in the nail lamp, and then I will just go in with the second line, repeating the same process. Once I was finished up with the plaid nail, because we are going to be doing sweater nails on the rest of her nails, I'm going to be taking a layer of the glossy top coat and applying this to all of her nails and having her do a 30-second cure. After the top coat was cured, I'm now ready to begin the sweater nails on her. So of course she wants the sweater 3D effect to the nails, just like I did in my video. So I am going to be using the same green color that I used on the base. I will be using the liner brush, and to do my sweater, I am going to be making an 11, so one line and one small line beside each other, going all the way down to the free edge of the nail. I will then be going on the outer edge of the 11 and drawing 2 parallel lines. And then I will be taking a wooden stick to create dots on the outside of the longer lines. And then coming back in with the liner brush, I will be creating kind of like that cable net sweater design, making and blending together the 2 smaller lines, if that makes sense. I know this is very hard to see me doing just because number one, the color is the exact same as the base color, so I do want to try to explain it a little bit. But basically you will see what sweater design I chose to do once I pour the acrylic on top. But basically the main thing in doing these sweater nails is you want to draw your design on with the gel polish. once you have it how you like it, you will pour over your clear acrylic powder. The way I like to pour it is I do a couple pours. I pour it, I tap the nail off, I pour some more, I tap the nail off. I repeat that process a couple times, and then I also let the nail sit a little bit before I have her do her cure, just so that way the acrylic powder can soak into the gel and it will have that very nice like velvet texture to it, versus if I were not to let the acrylic soak into the gel, I would get a very waxy look. So I did just do that, and I had her cure for 60 seconds, and then now I'm moving on to the next nail. The sweater nails on her will be her pinky, her middle, and her thumb. I didn't show the thumbnail off camera. I just thought 2 sweater nails were enough, but I will repeat the same process of drawing on my design before curing the gel. I'll sprinkle over the acrylic powder. I'll let the acrylic soak up into the gel a little bit, and then I will have her do a 60-second cure. After I was finished with all of the sweater nails, I'm now taking my stiff dust brush just to remove any of that remaining acrylic powder. This was so satisfying to do, and we were just so happy that the set was coming together. I absolutely love this nail set. It is the perfect Christmas holiday nail set. She loved it so much. She also really loved the sweater design. I have so much fun doing sweater nails, and after finding out the hack of letting the acrylic soak into the gel polish so you don't get that waxy look, it has just helped me so much, made a huge difference in how my sweater nails turn out. But once I did brush away the dust, of course we already applied our top coat, so I'm now taking the rose scented cuticle oil, applying that to her cuticles. I will then rub that in to nourish them, and of course, like I always say, top off the nail set. And we both absolutely loved how these nails turned out. She had so much fun with this, and I just really love the green color. It's called Ice for You. I think that color from Kiara Sky is one of my new favorites. I think it is a beautiful green. And I think everything that we put together in this nail set, from the plaid to the little pop of red, the snowflake stickers, the sweater nails, everything just complemented so nicely, and I love the outcome of this nail set so much. All of the products that I did use today were from Kiara Sky. I do have a discount code with them, which is Nailedbybrandi10, and I will have everything linked down below in the description box. I think they also currently have a sale going on, so if they do have a sale at a greater discount, you can always just shop through my affiliate link. You can still support me that way. But I really hope that you all did enjoy today's video. I hope you all, again, have a wonderful and safe holiday. But as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.